We fight a lot, and I think it's because a lot of the fight is an internal fight. So what happens if we just stopped fighting ourselves, right? The parts of us that we don't want to see, the parts of that we don't want to look at. That's where the real priestess lies. That's where the real power lies. That's where the real goddess is cultivated, when you no longer hate yourself. Hey ladies, my name is Salandria and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about self-acceptance. Okay, so I wanted to talk about self-acceptance and the shadow self. What is the shadow self? The shadow self is the parts of ourselves that we're afraid of. It's the old stories that we have, the old experiences, should I say, that we've been through that we cringe whenever we think about. It's the shame, it's the guilt, it's the ways that we truly feel like we don't fit into society. And I honestly feel like almost every woman has that experience because women are so multidimensional and we're so not this cookie cutter box. I think that on some level we all feel a bit of like out of the loop, you know what I'm saying? And we cope with that in many different ways, but I think it's just from culturally and societally us not understanding that just by nature we all have this level of uniqueness, especially as women. Like we're all different, and that's the beautiful thing about us. So today what I wanted to really talk about was self-acceptance. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. That was my affirmation for this morning. So I want to know, what part of yourself are you hiding? What are you hiding from the world and also from you? And what can you begin to accept about yourself? Where do you not feel good enough? And how can you begin to accept that you are whole and that you are beautiful and that you are perfect just as the way that you are? Where can you love yourself a little bit more? So a practice that I want you to do is I want you to think of a situation that kind of gives you that cringe feeling. Think of something that makes you feel a little bit of shame. Think of something that makes you feel embarrassed. Something that makes you just wish you never did it. Or something that you're like, oh, I hope nobody ever finds out about this, or something of that nature. And I want you to just feel into that, and I want you to experience it for a second. And then I want you to try. You can say it, you can state, you can feel it, you can think it, whatever. For me, I say it and I feel it, but really try to see it and see its perspective, see its point of view. See its perspective, see its point of view, and offer it love. Simply offer it unconditional love. And that's your way of accepting it. Okay? So I think that that's really important because the world is just trying to split us apart. I think the true battle that most people are fighting, while we fight a lot out here in our own societies and in the real world, we fight a lot, and I think it's because a lot of the fight is an internal fight. So what happens if we just stopped fighting ourselves, right? The parts of us that we don't want to see, the parts of that we don't want to look at. That's where the real priestess lies. That's where the real power lies. That's where the real goddess is cultivated, when you no longer hate yourself. And I say that very freely, very, very bluntly, because a lot of people, including women, literally hate themselves, because they don't fit this standard. They don't fit that standard. They don't feel connected in this manner, in this way. And so they hate these things that they feel make them disconnect them from other people, So I want you to start practicing accepting these things that you have discarded about yourself. You know what this conversation reminds me of, and just this whole concept in general reminds me of? The movie Us, where the people who were down in the dungeon, all of the darkness of people that they wanted to shove up and shove away, eventually came up and was killing and the darkness was taking them over. You know what, fine, you've shoved me back so long, and it got so angry that it came and decided to just kind of kill off the part that was shoving, and now it's gonna live freely. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like whatever part of you have shoved into the basement, that's, first of all, that's the battle that's happening. People are fighting their light and their dark. And what really needs to happen is for us to merge, is for us to build a bridge, for us to forgive ourselves in the places that we need forgiveness, for us to pour love into that we're never loved. For me, I can say one of the ways that I feel like I was never loved, my weight. All of my life, my weight has been like a topic of discussion. It's been a topic of discussion for me, family, friends. I can't count on my hands how many times I have been told, oh my God, you'll be so beautiful if you would just lose some weight. You know what I'm saying? So the way that was internalized for me was like, I hate my body. And I hate my body because my body is the reason why I'm not beautiful. My body is the reason why men don't like me. My body is the reason why people don't want to hang out with me. My body is the reason why I can't dress cute. And we're blaming the body, and that's not the case. Number one, whoever was saying that to me, that was a bunch of bullshit, because I'm fine, period. Okay? That's just on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine, period. At this point in my life, I don't have an issue with men anymore. My issue is I don't want none of them. But they come, I just don't want them. But so that relationship with my body has been one that I've been regaining, and one that I didn't realize. There's a lot of gifts. That's the second point. There are so many gifts in these parts of ourselves that we're discarding because they're the reason why we don't connect in and the reason why we don't fit in societally. There's so many gifts there. So many beautiful things that you could take from these shadows and like really use them to help you live into like the truth of who you are. And I think that us downgrading ourselves and hiding parts of ourselves and hating parts of ourselves, that is the real reason why we're not experiencing the success that we want, whatever that means for us. That's the real reason that it's so hard to live in our truth. That's the real reason why it's so hard to just go for the things that we want. There's nothing wrong with you. It's the fact that you think that something is wrong with you. It's the fact that you think that your body is the barrier. It's the fact that you blame your body and you hate your body. That's the thing that's stopping you from really going for that influencer life or whatever the hell it is that you want to do, for really going for that man or whatever it is. It's not something that's wrong with you. It's what you perceive to be wrong with you. The priestess comes in and she decides that she's whole and that she is lovable just as she is, whether or not the society accepts that. I'm doing some stuff outside. It sounded like it was in my house. But whether or not the society accepts that, you know? It's about you accepting you regardless of what the normal layers and levels of acceptance are. Because everybody has parts of themselves that they're hiding because they feel weird. Let me tell you something. They feel weird. They feel left out. They feel like they're not up to par with. And let me tell you something. I work with kids of all ages, from elementary to middle school. I dibble in high school, rarely, so I'm not going to talk about it. Elementary and middle school. Humans are weird, okay? Dealing with these kids, if it wasn't for socialism, we would be one strange race. We are naturally a strange race. Humans are very, very weird until they're socialized to not be weird. And that socializing them to not be weird is basically making them hide things, put pieces and parts of themselves into a closet because that piece and part is not good enough to partake in what society says is good enough to partake in. And if you ever wondered why it's so hard for you to just live in your truth, that is why. So it's important for us to just look at those things, write them down, but it's just like wrapping them, sending them, or feeling the energy of unconditional love towards them. That's it. It's just about self-acceptance. And when you accept, all you have to do to accept is to just feel it and then feel some unconditional love. I accept these feelings and emotions. They're valid. I understand this point of view. I understand why you're like this, and I love it. And I think that you are beautiful. I embrace it and I love it. And feel that in your body. Feel that in your body. I'm telling you, that level of self-acceptance parachutes you into a whole nother type of existence here. And once again, I feel like I keep saying this in every video, but like your experiences here change. I'm telling you, through the relationship with yourself determines the relationships with others. It's called self-concept in other places. But when you really begin to truly love yourself, you will really begin to see that reflect back into your life. You'll really begin. This is the last thing that I want to say, just because I said that thing about reflecting back just now. The other day, me and my roommate were having a conversation, and it was so funny. Like, the music was playing in the background, and here's an example. I asked her a question, and she thought about it for a second, and she was like, I really don't know. And the song that was, as we're having this conversation about her not knowing and just not knowing, the song that was playing in the background was Tank. If only you knew how much I do. That was my little scary sing. But anyways, in the song, he's like, but you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, baby, you don't know. But the fact that she's saying, I don't know, we're having a conversation of I don't know, the music, the medium that's in the room is aligning with the frequency of I don't know. And a lot of times we call those coincidences and we call those things synchronicities. Where I'm at now is really understanding this thing is literally showing you, whatever the hell we live in, it's literally showing you that what you say, what you are, what you do, I'm just reflecting back to you. I'm just reflecting it. So you say you don't know, okay, you don't know. The reality literally transforms into you don't know. So the reality transforms into you don't know. And then it's reflecting back. It's mirroring back through the song. Like, hey, you said I don't know. This is the mirror this is the closest mirror that I have for you right now. Is this music. Isn't that? It's eye-opening. I've been coming into a lot of like knowledge about just what this place is and how we interact with it. And it's all about us. That's why I say self-concept, because it's really, really all about us. And per that example, this place is just mirroring back to us who we are and who we believe we are and who we perceive ourselves to be. So when we begin to believe and perceive ourselves differently, the mirror will reflect differently. It's that simple. I love to say it's so simple, it's complicated. And that's a fact, but it's that simple, okay? So I pray that this video helps you to start looking at the parts of yourself that you're shoving away and stuffing away and blaming for all of your issues in life. And I want you to start pouring more love, pouring more unconditional love. And last thing. Just because you accept something does not mean that you're stuck with it forever. For me, I can accept the body that I'm in, and I love the body I'm in, but that doesn't mean that I don't still want to cultivate a healthier, sexier body. I want a sexier image. I can't even lie to you. I want to look sexier. And to me, it's not about the clothes. I think that the body makes the clothes. So I want a sexy body. I want a sexy canvas, okay? So I love my body now. I don't hate her now at all. That's my girl. I mean, am I not sitting here? Is she not pumping my heart? Do my legs not work? Is my mouth not going? Hell yeah, I love my body. Come on now. But I just want her to look a little sexier. So that's how we're going to get her. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that was a big blockage for me. There was a lot of things about myself that I didn't want to accept or love or forgive, because I felt like if I did, then I was never going to grow past them. And I have the desire to grow past them. And you having that acceptance does not mean that you can't grow past it still. You can still accept it for what it is and decide. You have that authority over your life. You have that power over your life to decide, I've always felt like this. I've always shoved this away, but you know what? I get your perspective and I love you. I give you unconditional love. I see you. All you gotta do is see yourself. I see you. and then choose to be whatever you want to be. But it's with that peace in tow and knowing that there may be some development that's needed. And I'm so excited for this developmental journey and how we're going to grow together and love each other together. Governing yourself is like a full-time business. It's a full-time business. I know it's been for me. But I'm going to stop right there because I'm just going to lead off into a rant for 85 hours. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it resonated. I really hope that it sparked something within you. If it did, please hit the like button. The like button is definitely down here. Please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about this information, of sharing about how you're feeling about what I'm sharing with you. And subscribe if you have not subscribed already. I would really greatly appreciate it. I am on a mission to grow this channel and to get this message out to more women, to do more activation for women. So I'm not even gonna like skirt around that. Yes, I want the message to reach others. So I would appreciate it if you liked, commented, and subscribed. Thank you.